All right. So Gordo, what's it like to play in a 3-3? By Sunday, are you actually completely gassed?
Yeah, pretty much. Come to the rink, it's an afternoon game, and a lot of times the other team coming in is coming off the road as well, and you know that their effort levels, you know, it's going to be tough for them to rev it up and play their A game, so you got to make sure that you try to put in a good first period, and you can win a lot of Sunday games in the first periods if you come out score a couple goals. So you always want to have a good start and come out of the gates, you know, with some good energy, and then you try to maintain that as best you can throughout the rest of the night. But it's tough a lot of times. You got to just try to make the smart plays, not always the ones that'll create a lot of back-checking situations.
So, well, what do you do when you have no games during the week? Does that like get a little boring?
Yes and no. I mean, it's sort of nice to get those, you know, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday off before you have to really start bearing down. A lot of times we just, you know, take that time to get some good workouts in and sort of build your body up a little bit after tearing it down on the weekend. But I mean, a lot of times you just like to relax and make sure you're taking care of yourself, because you know there's another 3-3, or you know, like next week we've got 4 games in 5 nights coming. Yeah. So you got to make sure when you get time off, you're not, you know, beating yourself up any worse than you do on the weekend.
I know it's been a few months now, but how did you, Perot, and Beagle handle being sent down after training camp? How tough was that?
I mean, it was tough being that close, but at the end of the day, it's, you know, we're not the only guys in the world that got sent down before, you know. So you just got to come here and work hard and make sure you're doing the right things and bringing the right attitude, and you know, hoping your number gets called when they need some bodies. So. I mean, obviously, with that first couple of days, you're a little upset. You want to get back there as soon as possible, and you're just hoping your phone rings immediately. But I mean, at the end of the day, you just got to make sure you're working. And you know, if you take the wrong attitude and sit here and pout about it, you're never going to get anywhere. So you got to make sure you're just doing the right things and focusing your energy on the right things. And I think we've all done a pretty good job of that so far.
Okay, so now that Braden's actually up in D.C., you know, now that he's not in the locker room or anything, you can kind of tell us this. What is the weirdest quirk or Holtbyism that Braden has that you've picked up on?
Weirdest Holtbyism? My thing about Holtby is he does this right before he goes on the ice. I'm always the second guy on the ice, and right before he goes on, you might be able to see this, you know, when he's up there too. But he does this little like head shake thing where he looks like a big time bobblehead, and his neck guard is making all kinds of noise rattling around. So whenever we're getting media stuff done, I always get him to do it on camera, do his little bobblehead act. So that's my favorite Holtbyism.
Okay, so you played with all 3 of these guys. You have to choose between Braden Holtby, Semyon Varlamov, and Michael Neuvirth. Who you got?
Oof. Geez, I hate to put me on the spot here. Hope they don't see this. You know what? It's a tough call. I mean, Varley's, I mean, obviously what he's done, you know, in his career, especially up top, has been outstanding. He's made some huge saves when the guys needed. He's won some clutch game 7s and things. Holtby's really great at moving the puck, and he's really come into his own as a big game player himself. But I mean, in the last couple of years, Nuvi has been the guy, and you can't contest what he's done for us. And he's pretty much single-handedly won us a couple rounds of playoffs. And I mean, I got 2 rings on my finger pretty much because of that guy. So I'd, if I was going into a Game 7 situation, I'd take my boy Nuvi.
All right, nothing wrong with that.
Player of the month.
So how did you feel when you found out that your buddy Andrew Judry was named captain of the team this year?
Not surprised at all, to be honest. I've known him virtually my entire life, so I know the kind of character he is, and the kind of guy that you know he is in the dressing room, and the work effort he puts into the ice and in the gym. And I mean, he's the kind of guy that you know you can lean on to make the right decision every time. I always made fun of him about, like, no matter what he does, if I do what Jodry does, I'm fine. You know, like he's making the right decisions all the time, and I mean, that goes off the ice, and you know, everything he does, it seems to be, you know, in preparation for the game and taking things seriously, but at the same time having fun and being a guy to joke around with off the ice too. So he brings a lot of you know, a well-rounded personality to the dressing room, and the one thing I like is that he's not necessarily an older guy. He's, you know, somewhere in between a young guy and an old guy. Everybody can come and relate to what he's going through, and what, you know, everyone can talk to him and relate on some level. He's sort of been through a lot, and he's really come into his own as a leader in this dressing room.
Now, I've heard rumors that your AHL All-Star jersey from last year is at the Hockey Hall of Fame. Is this true?
Yeah, I don't know. It's probably because it was 2010 and I was number 10 or something. I mean, I think I had like 0 points and a -1 in a 10-9 win for Team Canada, so it's not like I was performer of the night or anything. But no, I don't know. It's if it is, maybe hopefully someone will take a picture for me and send it or something like that. That'd be pretty cool.
All right, guys, you heard it from him.
Yeah.
Now, what is the best part about being active on Facebook and Twitter, and what is the worst?
The worst is
People like me adding you?
No, I don't know. I mean, that's tough to say. I mean, a lot of it is, is fun for me to, just put things up and see how people react. And probably the worst thing is when people try to coach me. I'll get messages explaining like how we should run our power play, most of which you'll notice I don't reply to.
Kyle, have you been sending them?
But
What?
you get a lot.
What are you talking
You get a lot of
about?
positive responses too, and I mean, every now and then we'll get charity events that I get to be a part of when we have days off, and so people have requested some things and some appearances that I've been able to show up for, and so I think it's a good way for me to keep in touch with a lot of people in the community and stay active in the community. And I mean, people are always wondering what's going on in the dressing room, and this is a very, very small window of it. But if I have the ability to sort of show people and tell people sort of what's on my mind, then I mean, maybe it'll help them enjoy the hockey experience a little bit more.
It does. It really does. Well, finally, and I'm going to see if we're going to go on record with this, but
I know it's coming.
we've all seen the Sidney Crosby and Max Talbot basement dryer hockey ad. Have you, Andrew Gordon, ever played dryer hockey in Crosby's basement?
Well, yes, I have, but the dryer is a miss, so technically, like a misfire would be the dryer shot. So I don't know what. It's not like you're aiming for it every time. But yeah, but that's his real basement, and that's where his parents raised him and his sister, and so there you go. The commercials are true.
Did you win?
I don't know. I was 8 years old or something. I can't be certain. I'd say yes, though, probably.
Okay, there you
Probably
go.
because my skill set's equal, if not better, than his. So.
You heard it here first, guys. All right, well, thanks a lot, man. I
No
appreciate
problem,
it.
guys.